Welcome to Weekly Current Affairs. We are again come with a new session of Weekly Current Affairs and we're going to discuss the economics section. I hope my voice is audible to everyone. Those who are online with us, just give me acknowledgement whether you are able to hear me or not. Just give me an acknowledgement, guys. Okay. I think I am audible enough. Okay. Chalo. We would be discussing the economic current affairs that have come in the past 1 week. Let's try to see the topics that we're going to cover in today's class. The first topic would be related to automotive industry, because a lot of things are happening in this sector and it is a very valuable sector for India. We would see in the upcoming slides how it is a very valuable sector to us. We would try to see the happenings or the latest things that we have come across this automotive industry. The second topic would be just to give you a knowledge related to corporate social responsibility. Recently it was in the news, so we would like to give you a little bit idea what is corporate social responsibility. The third topic would be a very important one, that is National Technical Textiles Mission. When it comes to certain types of mission like these ones or like the National Manufacturing Policy, we have seen in UPSC they ask directly what are the objectives of these missions. So we have to be very much aware what are the basic things related to National Technical Textiles Mission. And the fourth topic would be related to Windfall Tax, that why countries are levying windfall tax and why it is in the news so much. So it is very important for us to go through these four topics in a holistic manner so that we are able to frame a better understanding of these topics. Clear, guys? So I'm going to start with the first topic, that is automotive industry. The first important point is, recently Union Minister of Commerce and Industry addressed the 62nd Automotive Component Manufacturers Association annual session. Very important. This could come in the prelims exam. What was the theme of the session? The theme of the session was future of mobility. So now mobility is related to automobile sector or automobile sector. So it is very important that transferring to be ahead of opportunity. We need to tap into this automotive industry. ACMA, that is Automotive Component Manufacturers Association, is the apex body representing the interest of Indian auto component industry. Its membership is over 850 manufacturers contributors to more than 85% of the auto component industry's turnover in the organized sector. So you can see the significance of this automotive sector. That is very important. Now coming to the next point, what were the key takes away from this meeting? These key takes away were the 5 action agenda. This you can use in your prelims or you can use this in your mains exam while writing the answers if anything come you across like this automobile industry. So what was this 5-point action agenda? To focus on quality. This is very important. The more thing that you need to focus is on quality in order to become globally competitive and reduce dependence on imports. This is very important कि हमें अपनी क्वालिटी को इंक्रीज करना है ताकि हम एक तो ग्लोबल कॉम्पिटिटिव हो जाएं, हमारे एक्सपोर्ट्स बढ़ जाएं, हमारी ग्लोबल मार्केट में से हो, प्लस our dependence can reduce on imports. If we are able to produce those products domestically, it can certainly bring down reduction in imports. That could further bring down our current account deficit bill. This is very important. If you are asked anything related to, let's say, how you can cut down your current account deficit bill, this can one be of the provision that you can write in your answer. to think holistically and have a larger vision, to engage with others in spirit of openness and competitiveness. This is very, very important. Okay, now we know after the LPG reforms, we are now open. We have done the liberalization and the privatization. We are now more involved in this globalized world. So we have to think in that manner in which we promote the spirit of openness and competitiveness. To give emphasis on value addition, third key point, to exit the uncompetitive market and explore new market opportunities in the sectors where we can be competitive. See, this is very, very important. Where we are competitive, we have to remain there, and where we are not competitive, we have to make sure that we exit those sectors where we are not competitive. So this is one of the 5 key point action agenda that was discussed at the meeting. And the fifth point is to think big and set aggressive targets and ambitions for the industry. See, if anywhere you have to grow, you have to set the targets higher. You have to set the targets high, then only you can achieve those targets. So these were the 5-point action that was discussed in this particular meeting. Focus on the quality, think holistically, promote spirit of openness and competitiveness, give emphasis on value addition, to exit the uncompetitive market, and to set aggressive targets and be ambitious. So this was the key takeaway from this meeting. Now, there are certain stats related to automobile industry that we need to know. Automobile industry comprises all the automobile vehicles. This is very important, including passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, three-wheelers, two-wheelers and quadricycles. So first of all, we need to know what's all there in the automobile industry. Pehli cheez, Indian automotive market was valued at $100 billion in 2021 and is expected to reach $160 billion in 2027. So there is obviously a scope for the growth for India in this automobile industry, registering a compound annual growth rate of 8.1% over this period which we have just discussed, that is from 2021 to 2027. मतलब क्या है कि हम 8% से ज्यादा ग्रो कर सकते हैं अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं इस पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री की. So this is very, very important. India is the 4th largest producer of automobiles in the world with an annual production of more than 4 million motor vehicles. This is very, very important. You can use these things while writing your mains exam in economics. India is the largest tractor manufacturer, second largest bus manufacturer and third largest heavy truck manufacturer in the world. Its share in GDP is 7% and its share in India's export is 4.7%. This was one of the most major points that I wanted to highlight, the role of this automobile industry in our GDP. Can you see the figure? It is 7.1%. बहुत ज्यादा नंबर है ये अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं 7.1%, और इसका शेयर कितना है हमारे एक्सपोर्ट्स में? इट इज रफली 4.7%. दैट इज व्हाई दे फोकस्ड मोर ऑन द क्वालिटी पार्ट, कि हमें क्वालिटी में ज्यादा प्रॉमिस करना है ताकि हम ग्लोबली कॉम्पिटिटिव और हो सके. वी कैन बी मोर ग्लोबली कॉम्पिटिटिव एंड वी कैन इंक्रीज आवर exports. Now, what are the initiatives that are there to promote automobile industry? This is also very, very important, guys. What are the initiatives that are there to promote this automobile industry? Let's look at these initiatives. First one is the PLI scheme, that is Production Linked Incentive. Union Cabinet ने अनाउंस किया था कि हम इस PLI स्कीम को ऑटोमोबाइल एंड ऑटो कंपोनेंट्स में इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे. PLI scheme is for various things, but it has been now included in this automobile and auto components. This scheme outlay of around $3.5 billion for the automobile proposes financial incentives of up to 18% to boost domestic manufacturing of advanced automotive technology products. कि अगर आपकी ग्रोथ ज्यादा होगी तो आपको उसके अकॉर्डिंगली क्या प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा, फाइनेंशियल इंसेंटिव्स. सो इंसेंटिव्स आर डायरेक्टली लिंक्ड टू योर प्रोडक्शन and how much your investment or how much you can attract investments. So first initiative is related to PLI. Second is FDI. Under the automatic route, 100% FDI is permitted along with full delicensing, hence making it easy for investors to set up their manufacturing shop in India. So we are trying that more and more investors come, more and more investment comes, more and more foreign direct investment come in the form of dollars, so that we can set up manufacturing plants over here and contribute to our GDP. And we have focused that we will not be using this licensing terminology, but we would be delicensing it, that too completely. Third thing is Automotive Mission Plan 2016 to 26. It was for the year 2016 to 2026, where we discuss the trajectory of growth of automotive ecosystem in India, including the glide path of definite regulation and policies that govern research, design, technology, testing, manufacturing, import, export, repair and recycling of automatic vehicles, components and services. तो इसके अंदर बेसिकली सभी चीजों को बात की गई है. यहां पे हम पॉलिसीज की बात कर रहे हैं जो गवर्न करेंगे रिसर्च को, डिजाइन को, टेक्नोलॉजी को, इंपोर्ट को, एक्सपोर्ट को, रिपेयर को. सो इट इज मोस्टली a holistic plan to govern the rules related to automobile industry. Then we had the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan, taken to encourage consistent, affordable and competitive hybrid and electric vehicles that meet consumer performance and price expectations through government industry collaboration. तो यहां पे बात कर रही है किसकी, कि we have to produce hybrid and electric vehicles that can meet consumer, we can say, expectations and performance. So it would be an effort that would be government industry collaboration. So there are basically major 4 initiatives if we talk about to help in the automobile sector. One is the PLI, second one is the FDI, then we have the Automotive Mission Plan, then we have the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan. I hope this statement is clear to everyone. So we have discussed related to automotive sector, its potential in terms of growth and GDP, basically its stats, recent meeting, 5-point agenda, and the various initiatives that are there in order to promote the automobile sector. Clear hai guys? Now moving, or we can discuss the challenges that are there in front of us. कोई भी चीज होगी उसके initiatives होंगे, बट साथ के साथ हमें उनके चैलेंजेस को भी समझना पड़ेगा, विच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो व्हाट आर दी चैलेंजेस? ट्राई टू लुक एट. अभी हम देखने लग गए कि शेयर्ड कार्स का कंसेप्ट आ चुका है. शेयर्ड कार्स का कंसेप्ट आ चुका है. ओवर द पास्ट 3-4 years, India has seen the rapid rise of ride-share apps like Ola, Uber. So this thing has becoming very difficult for the growth of automobile industry. Second problem that is in front of us is the tight credit availability. Okay, now to get the loan for the car, it has become very, very difficult. 80 to 85% of vehicles in the country are financed by nationalized banks, private banks or NBFCs. NBFCs क्या होते हैं? नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंस कंपनीज. क्या होते हैं? नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंस कंपनीज. सो बेसिकली जो व्हीकल्स की फाइनेंस होती है वो नेशनलाइज्ड बैंक्स कर रहे हैं, प्राइवेट बैंक्स कर रहे हैं या एनबीएफसीज कर रहे हैं. बैंक्स हैव बिकम एक्स्ट्रा कॉशियस इन सप्लाइंग क्रेडिट टू द पीपल परचेजिंग अ कार. अब ये चीज बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है. The challenges that is there in front of us is related to the availability of the credit. एक तो कार्स शेयरिंग बेसिस पे चलने लग गई हैं. Second thing is tight credit availability, which is resulting in very difficulty in getting a loan for the vehicles. As a result, it is a challenge in front of the automobile industry. Now, then there is a problem related to transition to electric vehicles. We are seeing that due to climate change, our contributions or our commitments in Paris Agreement, we have taken a shift towards electric vehicles. There are various schemes like FAME that tries to adopt the usage of electric vehicles. So the government plans to ban internal combustion powered two-wheelers and three-wheelers by 2023 and 2025. This sudden transition, when the situation of the automobile sector is already in dire, as the sales have slumped to a 2-decade low, has worsened the situation of job cuts and market disruption. You guys have to understand कि already situation बहुत ज़्यादा खराब है, ऊपर से आप इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स की तरफ प्रमोट कर रहे हो, कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ की जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री है इन द ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर इज फेसिंग अ सर्टेन टाइप ऑफ रिसेशन. If recession happens, people would be out of their jobs, there would be disruption in the markets, people would be lay off from their basic fields. So what would happen? It would create a problem in the automobile sector that would be not good for the economy. Decreased demand for commercial vehicles. Now this is very important. The freight carrying capacity of the new trucks has increased. Due to this, there has been decline in the demand for new trucks as the consumers can carry freight in their own trucks. अब नए मॉडल ट्रक्स आ गए हैं जिनकी वजह से उनकी कैपेसिटी बढ़ चुकी है. कैपेसिटी बढ़ने की वजह से their quantity they can ferry is quite large. As a result, the demand for commercial vehicles is decreasing. So these were the challenges that are there in front of the government related to automobile industry. So guys, this is a potential mains question that could come in the exam, highlighting the problems, highlighting the statistics, highlighting the initiatives that are there in the automotive industry. Chalo ji, moving to the next topic. Now, there was an article related to role of CSR in funding of NGOs. Recently, the evolving role of corporate social responsibility in funding of NGOs has been highlighted. So this is not an, we can say this topic is in the news, it would be covered in the upcoming classes. So I would like to just give you an idea what is corporate social responsibility, because so many times we see this terminology and we come across this terminology that what is corporate social responsibility. So let's try to look it out. So there are basically three terminologies or three statements related to it. We would go it one by one. CSR concept in India is governed by, very important, section 135 of the Companies Act 2013. CSR एक concept है governed by section 135 of the Companies Act 2013 under schedule 7 of the Acts and Companies Rules 2014. This is very, very important. We have seen in UPSC now they can ask anything. So this could be a direct statement that could be asked in the exam. What is CSR and what is it governed under? So इसकी governing कहाँ के अंदर है? Section 135 of the Companies Act 2013. Companies Act encourages companies to spend, very important, 2% of their average net profit in the previous 3 years. अब ये चीज बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है. जनरली स्टूडेंट्स गेट कंफ्यूज कि व्हाट इज बीइंग आस्क्ड. 2% of their average net profit in the previous 3 years on CSR activities. 2% स्पेंड करना है पिछले 3 साल के एवरेज प्रॉफिट का CSR के अंदर. Okay. Now, companies having a net worth of at least 500 crores or a minimum turnover or rupees 1000 crore or a net profit of 5 crore or more during the immediately preceding financial year have to spend on CSR activities. Now question comes, who can spend on CSR activities? जिनकी net worth कितनी हो, at least 500 करोड़ हो, minimum turnover कितना हो, 1000 करोड़ का हो, या net profit कितने का हो, 5 करोड़ का. So they have classified who are eligible under 3 brackets, on the brackets of net worth, on the bracket of turnover and on the bracket of net profit. These 3 figures you need to remember. If anything gets asked in the papers, you shall be aware of it. That is corporate social responsibility. I hope this point is clear to everyone. Okay guys, now moving to the next topic. Now this was in the news, that is National Technical Textiles Mission. We will try to look at it what it is. It was approved in 2020. First of all, we need to know the date of approval by Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. Who approved it? Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, with a total outlay of rupees 1480 crore. This is very, very important. This is the sum, this is the year, and this is the authority. The implementation period is 4 years. Now this is also very important. Okay, what is the implementation period? That is 4 years. That is from financial year 2020 to financial year 2023-2024. So this National Technical Textile Mission is from the year 2020 to 2023-24. Total outlays of 1480 crore, approved in 2020 by Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs with an outlay of 1480 crore. So these are the basic stats you need to know, because anything could be asked in the exams. Now, what is the aim of this mission? This is also very, very important. The aim of the mission is to position India, पहली बात, as a global leader in technical textiles by taking the domestic market size from 40 to 50 billion dollar. So this is a very important point, that 40 billion dollar से हमें कहाँ तक जाना है? 50 billion dollar तक जाना है by 2024. We have to take the domestic market size from 40 billion dollar to 50 billion dollar. This is a very important point related to the technical textile mission that was launched in the year 2020. It also supports the Make in India initiative, promoting domestic manufacturing of related machinery and equipment. Obviously, when we are promoting a technical textile, we are also supporting our mission of Make in India, which will help in the growth of domestic manufacturers. जो domestic manufacturers को बहुत ज़्यादा help करेगा. Now, we will look at the components. What are the various components of this mission? If we have to understand the mission in a holistic manner, we have to understand that what are the basic components of this mission. So let's try to look at the first component. It focus on research, development and innovation. If we have to increase the market size of our technical textiles, we have to make sure that we have a certain research in innovation, in development. So that we have a sum of 1000 crore. The research will be at both fiber level and application based in geo, agro, medical, sports and mobile textiles, and the development of biodegradable technical textiles. When I am talking about technical textiles, let's say if I am talking about automobile technical textiles, I am talking about car cover, seat cover, I am talking about these type of things, seat belts. So this is basically technical textiles. Research activities will also focus on the development of indigenous machinery. As you know, this is in line with our Make in India initiative. So it is also wants development of indigenous machinery, so that we are able to support our Make in India initiative as well. So the first component focus on research, development and innovation. I hope this is clear to everyone. Now, coming to the second component, it will be for the promotion and development of the market for technical textiles. Now, second thing that is very important, okay, first we have done the R&D. Now, second thing that we have to do is develop the market for technical textiles. The penetration level of technical textile is low in India, varying between 5 to 10% against the level of 30 to 70%. हमारे technical textile के लिए market ही नहीं है where they can sell their products. So, as it can be seen from this averages, that we have an average between 5 to 10% against the global average of 30 to 70% in developed countries. The mission will aim at an average growth rate of 15 to 20% per annum. कि हर साल हमें 15 से 20% ग्रो करना है by 2024. Now this thing is very, very important. ठीक है guys. Now second mission focus on the market for technical textile. Coming to third component, it will focus on export promotion. पहले आपने R&D कर ली, फिर अपनी कंट्री के अंदर मार्केट बना ली. थर्ड आपको क्या करना है? आपको एक्सपोर्ट को प्रमोट करना है, so that technical textile exports from the country reach from 14,000 crore to rupees 20,000 crore. बाय 2021 और हर साल 10% ग्रोथ होती रहे. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि वी हैव टू इंक्रीज आवर एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशन एज वेल. 14,000 करोड़ से हमें 20,000 करोड़ तक जाना है बाय 2021 और उसके बाद हर साल 10% एवरेज ग्रोथ चाहिए. फॉर दिस an export promotion council will be set up to overlook the increase in the exports. Coming to the fourth component, focusing on education, training and skill development. ये तभी हो सकता है टेक्निकल टेक्सटाइल की अगर नॉलेज होगी तो हमें एजुकेशन पे खर्चा करना पड़ेगा, हमें ट्रेनिंग पे खर्चा करना पड़ेगा और हमें स्किल डेवलपमेंट में फोकस करना पड़ेगा. सो दिस मिशन विल प्रमोट technical education at higher engineering and technology levels related to technical textiles and its application areas. So guys, this was it related to National Technical Textile Mission. I hope you have got an idea that what is technical textiles, what is the aim that we have set up for technical textile, we ensure want to its growth, and what are its various components that we are looking at in order to achieve the maximum growth and establish a market in the country, as well as we try to make it exports as much as we could. So this was the third topic of our class today, that was National Technical Textile Mission. And the last topic is Windfall Tax. It is very, very important. As you have known, the prices of oil has increased very much, है ना. क्रूड ऑयल के प्राइसेस बहुत ज्यादा इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं. In reference to this, we have come across a new tax, that is Windfall Tax. Now we will try to look at what is Windfall Tax. These are the taxes which are imposed by a government against certain industries when they experience above average profits. Now this line is very, very important. When a company experience above average profits due to economic conditions, then these type of taxes are imposed, that is windfall taxes. Now this tax was imposed after the companies were seen to be making abnormal profits with oil price. Oil prices बढ़ गए, domestic जो manufacturer थे, they were making abnormal profits. So the government thought, why not to try to create a tax that is on this above average profits. So that tax is known as windfall tax. These are primarily directed on companies in a certain industry that sees the most windfalls economically. उन्हीं इंडस्ट्रीज पे लगता है जहां पे हमने मोस्ट विंडफॉल्स देखने को मिले हैं, दैट इज द अबव एवरेज प्रॉफिट्स ड्यू टू इकोनॉमिक कंडीशंस. अबव एवरेज प्रॉफिट्स ड्यू टू इकोनॉमिक कंडीशंस. नाउ दिस थिंग इज वेरी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Why are countries now levying windfall taxes? This is also very important question that comes in front of us कि एकदम से कंट्रीज ने क्यों लगाना शुरू कर दिया है विंडफॉल टैक्स. कोई और भी रीजन है इसके लिए? लेट्स ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट. Prices of oil, gas and coal have seen sharp increases since late last years and in the first 2 quarters of the current year. Although they have reduced recently, अभी रिड्यूस हुए हैं पर पहले बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गए थे prices of oil, gas and coal. The increasing stem from a combination of factors. There are combination of factors that have led to increase in these prices of coal, oil and gas. What are those? Mismatch between energy demand and supply. देखो ये तो हमेशा होता है, जब डिमांड और सप्लाई के बीच में मिसमैच होगा तभी हमें क्या देखने को मिलता है, दिस increase in the prices. The economic recovery from COVID-19 further amplified by the Russian war in Ukraine. Now we can see कि रशिया और यूक्रेन की जो वॉर चल रही है उसका डायरेक्ट इंपैक्ट पड़ा है ऑयल के प्राइसेस के ऊपर. Pandemic recovery and supply issues resulting from this conflict shore up energy demands, in turn driving up global up prices. Now this thing is very important. एक तो पैंडेमिक के बाद रिकवरी हो रही है, सेकेंड थिंग है कि जो सप्लाई साइड से इश्यूज आ रहे हैं फ्रॉम दिस रशिया यूक्रेन कंफ्लिक्ट इज समहाउ ड्राइविंग अस टू इंक्रीज इन द डिमांड एंड विच इज इन लीडिंग ड्राइविंग द ग्लोबल प्राइसेस. दैट इज व्हाई कंट्रीज हैव थॉट लाइक इंडिया, व्हाई नॉट टू लेवाई अ विंडफॉल टैक्स फॉर द डोमेस्टिक मैन्युफैक्चरर्स दैट आर सीइंग द अबव एवरेज प्रॉफिट्स. नाउ यहां पे एक डायग्राम है, आप देख सकते हैं कि शेयर द पाई के नाम से गवर्नमेंट इम्पोज टैक्सेस टू टेक अ शेयर इन ऑयल प्रॉफिट्स। ठीक है जी। इसके लिए अगर हम बात करें व्हाट इट मींस फॉर द गवर्नमेंट, अगर गवर्नमेंट ऐसे टैक्स इंप्लाई कर रही है तो इससे क्या गवर्नमेंट का फायदा है? गवर्नमेंट कैन रेज अबाउट 1 लाख करोड़, तो गवर्नमेंट के रेवेन्यूज बढ़ेंगे, गवर्नमेंट की रिसीट्स इंक्रीज हो सकती है। दिस विल मेक अप फॉर द लॉस इन रेवेन्यू ड्यू टू एक्साइज ड्यूटी कट्स, will help prevent sizable fiscal slippage. So this is the diagram that you can see and try to come across that how this windfall taxes were levied. How this windfall taxes were levied. Obviously government के receipts बढ़ेंगे, government को profit ज़्यादा होगा और government इसको लेवाई करेगी तो government एक better fiscal health में होगी, better fiscal situation में होगी. So this was the ideology if we talk about levying of windfall tax. I hope this point is clear to everyone that why windfall taxes were applied by the government, एक अपनी situation को better करने के लिए. So guys, these were the 4 topics that we have discussed today, starting with the automotive industry. Second one was the CSR, third one was the National Technical Textile Mission, and fourth one was the windfall tax. These questions or these topics are very important for your current affairs. So stay tuned, keep watching us and keep supporting us. Thank you guys. This was it from today's session.